This morning I'm going to refer to one of my top posts on my blog. I wrote it about 2 years ago and I still refer to it today. I'll be writing an update, a second experience here pretty soon. And the title of this post was called I Ate My Placenta. So, and I'm sure by now many of you are wondering why on God's green earth would you do something like that, right? The theory is that by consuming the placenta, the mother is replacing all of the hormones that were lost during the birthing process. And the placenta is completely 100%, the hormonal makeup is unique to each mother. So because it was made by your own body, and there is no prescription or supplement or any herbal thing that you can take that compares to what the placenta can do for you. For thousands of years, the placenta has been used to avoid symptoms such as postpartum depression, low vitality, fatigue, insufficient lactation. It helps to increase your milk supply. Low birth weight and hormonal imbalances. It helps to boost your energy, speed up healing and recovery. I healed the last time in half the time, and I expect the same this time. And it's full of so many healing chemicals and the things that's just how God made it. I'm not a scientist, I'm a mom, but in my experience, it works. I can't pronounce the list of chemicals, and I'll be blogging about it here shortly, soon, in the next couple days, as I have time with 4 kids. I'll write down the list or I'll type out the list of all of the chemicals and the things that you can find in the placenta and the benefits and why they're in there, why you need them after the birth of a child. It's incredible. It goes to show you that God knows what He was doing when He created us. And I think that when I write the blog, I will post it here and you can read that as well. It can be eaten raw. I've heard people do that. That really is still one that disgusts me. But you can have it made into capsules or make it into capsules yourself, which is what we did this time around with our 4th child. It's really easy. It's really not that bad. And you can have it made into a tincture. I'm sure there are other things you can do. With my 3rd child, I had a friend who's a doula, she had it put into capsules and then made into a tincture. This time with our 4th child, my husband did it himself. He said it's the equivalent to like gutting a deer hunting or adding gonads, and like chicken guts to your bone broth, which is really no different. It is an organ. That is just what it is. And it's really not that bad. It's like making beef jerky. So get over that gross factor and you'll be fine. And it'll be worth it. So preparation, though, as far as having it encapsulated or putting it into capsules, is really easy. All you do is you rinse it off, you dehydrate, or you steam it first. And then you cut it up into thin little slices and you dehydrate it. If you have a dehydrator, use that. We used our oven on the lowest setting for like 8 hours, I think it was, just overnight. And then after that, you grind it. My husband used a blender of some sort, and you grind it into a powder. And then we have this thing that we bought from capsuleconnection.com called Capsule Machine. And I'll post a little video here really just shortly here. And you put it into capsules and boom, you got like 100 of them. It's really incredible. Then you take a couple. I take like 4 or 5 every day until they're gone. As far as the tincture, you take, I think, 1 inch or 2, 1.5 inches or so raw before you do the capsules, and then you stick it into a glass and into a jar of some sort, storage jar, mason jar maybe, in a high-grade alcohol to create the tincture. And then you can put it into like a dropper jar. So I've had people ask me where you have this done, and can you have it done in a hospital? Can you buy them? I am not a professional. I am a mom, and all the information that I am informing you on is strictly research I've done and experiences I've had myself. So I don't have the answers to all of your questions. I know that they will not do it in a hospital. This is usually something done by doulas or midwives or those, somebody in those professions, not regular doctors and nurses in a hospital or a clinic, usually, from what I understand. And if you're in a state that there are states that do not even let you keep the placenta, there are states where you have to sign a release form and then you can take it. We didn't have an issue here where I am from. I've had friends out of state who have had issues and are not able to bring theirs home, which I feel like is a super huge bummer for them. But as far as buying them, I have no idea. That is something you'd have to do research on. You can, for home births, that's obviously really not a problem because it's right there in your home. I would have loved to do that if it worked out for us, but it did not. If you have any other questions, I would not have the answers. I would say do your research. So any of you moms that are interested in this process, I wish you good luck with your future endeavors. Just remember, get over that gross factor and you'll thank yourself after baby is here, and you may do it again. You will do it again. If you have more kids, you will do it again, especially with more kids. If you haven't done it and you're curious or you want to share the information, do it because everybody needs to know about this. I wish somebody had taught me or told me about all of this with my first child. I didn't do it with my first two, only my second two, and I wish to God that I had known about it in the beginning. So share it with anybody. That concludes my unusual informational video here. Good luck, and I will come up with something to post later.